For a long time, Loudoun County was known as a rural area where most of the people living there either grew up there or moved there for the ability to commute to government jobs in and around Washington, D.C. However, Loudoun County has evolved into a hugely important region where 70% of the world's internet traffic passes through. This area specifically is Ashburn, Virginia, which is roughly a 30-minute drive from my hometown of Purcellville, Virginia. For a long time, Purcellville was the definition of a small town where everyone went to the same high school, and teachers there might even recognize a student's last name from teaching their parent when they were a student. However, as Loudoun County has become the nation's most wealthy county and hugely expanded due to its technological presence, Purcellville is associated with the massive expansion of places like Ashburn. Despite this reputation of nonstop expansion it gets thanks to neighboring areas, Purcellville remains the same small town it has been and does not fit in with the nonstop expansion usually associated with Northern Virginia. Unlike other areas in Loudoun County, Purcellville is far more against expansion, which can be seen in the regulations put in place by the town council. Geographically, Purcellville is in a strange spot in Loudoun County. Roughly 50 miles west of Washington, D.C., Purcellville is essentially the divider between the rural areas of Bluemont, Berryville, and Philemont, and the increasingly expanding urban areas of Leesburg and Ashburn. Due to connection to areas like Ashburn and Washington, D.C., the population of Purcellville grew by over 1,000 people in 2016 and 17, a 3.4% increase. This growth might make one thing that the town council is looking to expand further and look into a real estate plan that draws in more people and potential revenue from those coming out of town. However, it is well known amongst those who live in Purcellville that further expansion is something the town is adamantly against, as Purcellville Committee Chairman Tip Stinetti stated that no further expansion of town boundaries and limiting the density growth is a priority for the town. This shows the Purcellville Council's mindset and how it's concerned about making the town the best it can be for those already living there and to keep Purcellville the town in which many of its inhabitants grew up. The town council's goals don't only apply to growth, but also to keep a small town feeling present in Purcellville, with a recent zoning ordinance saying non-public buildings in the districts will be limited to 3 stories and 45 feet in height, buildings within 50 feet of a residential zoning district are restricted to 35 feet in height, and publicly owned buildings and places of worship can only be as tall as 60 feet. These restrictions put into place by Purcellville's councils show that the town has no plans to have attractions for people from surrounding areas like something similar to One Loudoun in Ashburn. Loudoun County is currently recognized as the wealthiest county in the United States, with a yearly median household income of $118,000. Purcellville is no different to this, with the same statistic being an estimated $128,000, and Ashburn's being $124,400. When looking at these statistics, it is reasonable that someone would lump in Purcellville with Ashburn and its nonstop growth in Northern Virginia. However, Purcellville has no need to look to urbanization for economic growth when it has been hugely successful with a fraction of the population in Ashburn. Ashburn's population is just under 50,000 people, and its median property value is $479,900, while Purcellville's population is 9,217 people, with a median property value of $435,400. These numbers show how Purcellville and Ashburn both are immensely successful areas but operate in 2 vastly different ways. Expansion and urbanization have gone a long way in making Ashburn arguably the most important city in Northern Virginia, but Purcellville's model of fighting urbanization and expansion have been a great help to its occupants. While many people look at Loudoun County from the outside and assume it is filled with towns looking to expand and grow into cities, that's simply not the case. Ashburn has set a precedent that the county is a great place to grow economically and has in many ways shown the signs of becoming a small city, but places like Purcellville very much have the intention of keeping with the culture of a small town. It remains a place where neighbors are familiar with each other, and a Friday night out is spent at one of the town's 2 high schools to watch a football game, or at a restaurant where there's a good chance that one will know their server or the people at a table nearby. Thank you.